Are high-end RV resorts pricing out campers on a budget? Today, we're talking about the huge boom in RV park and campground development. I'm Jason Epperson, this is RV Miles, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. This episode is entirely about campgrounds, but maybe we should use that word a little loosely for a bit. It's probably no surprise to most of you that a lot of money has been funneled into the campground and RV park industry in recent years, with big developers buying up parks across the country, renovating them, and then jacking up the rates. Some of these parks are incredible. You'll see a few nice ones in a minute. But the overall trend has a lot of people concerned or even priced out of camping altogether. Is RV travel changing from an affordable way to control the cost of travel to a luxury that only the affluent can afford? Case in point, a privately held commercial real estate company based out of Dallas called RREAF Holdings, which does a lot of high-end planned communities, multifamily condo villages and the like, has just jumped into the RV park market, buying 5 parks for a total of $150 million, and plans to spend well over $500 million acquiring parks by the end of this year. You might think of this type of investment as highly risky given the recent retraction from the pandemic boom in RV sales, but most of those people that bought RVs still own them, and people are still buying RVs even if the number sold is going down. The number of total RV owners is only growing. As a part of the acquisitions, this company is expanding the number of sites at these parks and is banking on more people living in RVs due to options like remote work and school. They're installing more amenities too, like pools and water slides, lazy rivers, rope courses, fitness centers, deluxe cabins, even marinas. Companies like this are also realizing the flexibility of the RV park model. Even if the whole RV travel boom goes to bust, it's not too difficult to pivot these properties to more park model homes or even converting them back into brick and mortar residential communities. A company called Blue Water Development has been doing these sort of RV park luxury transformation projects for a while now, and they've just opened their latest, the Luray RV Resort on the Shenandoah River in Virginia, formerly the 73-site Outlanders River Camp. After a $36 million expansion, it now has 350 sites, an amphitheater, a resort-style pool, cabanas, a rec center, a mountain bike track, and an RC car track. They even have on-site Airstream rentals. Luray RV Resort is located just over 2 hours from the DC area, and I'll be honest, I was surprised to find sites as low as $49. That's definitely not the trend for places like this. That said, you can find yourself paying a lot more here as well. Blue Water knows all too well about how to pull in extra revenue through extra large, ultra premium sites with built-in patios and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. At most of these places, you're not going to find a lot of nature or separation from your neighbors. So I was surprised to hear about what a new $30 million luxury RV park is doing in Caldwell, Idaho, just outside of Boise. It's ran by a company called Blue Terra Development. The word blue is a weird trend in firms like this. Sun Creek Point hasn't been built yet, but it will sit on 30 acres and have 225 sites. A typical RV park has about 15 sites per acre, but Sun Creek Point will have less than 8 sites per acre in an effort to reduce the crowded feel. Plus, each site will be 35 foot wide and 60 feet long, quite a bit larger than the industry average. Among some of the other more common resort amenities, the park will have a year-round heated pool, a corn maze, a golf simulator, an indoor basketball court. It's set up to be very family-friendly, but the owners are dividing the park up so that the kid-friendly areas are in one half of the park, while folks looking for a quieter experience with a meditation garden and scenic shallow creek can go to the other half. The first phase of the project will open in January, with the rest fully operational in April. Prices will range from $900 to $1,200 a month or $75 a night. That's enough for fancy RV resorts. In a moment, we're going to talk about glamping, which, yes, is a different thing, some state park upgrades, and more. But first, this video is sponsored by RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Did you know that most mattresses that come with your RV are just a placeholder? Most RV manufacturers never intended that you'd actually sleep on it. We've been using mattresses from Brooklyn Bedding in our last 2 RVs, and we couldn't be happier. You can choose your thickness and all sorts of different odd RV mattress sizes. That customization was essential for clearing the bedroom slide in our fifth wheel and for the kids' bunks in the new travel trailer. We're sleeping great on real mattresses from a real mattress company in our RV. RVmattress.com offers a 120-night sleep trial along with a 10-year warranty. Plus, their products are entirely toxin-free and simple to ship and set up. We've had them shipped directly to Campgrounds, and you just unroll them and let them expand. You don't have to wait till you get back home. The RV Miles community gets 25% off when you visit rvmattress.com/RVMiles and use the promo code RVMiles. That's rvmattress.com/RVMiles with promo code RVMiles for 25% off. Our thanks to rvmattress.com for supporting this channel and to you for supporting our sponsors. You may know by now that Love's Truck Stops have been getting into the camping game. They've been putting in RV sites at their travel centers across the country. Noting the rise in RVers wanting to stay overnight over the past few years, they've started to put in 20 or so full hookup sites for around $40 a night at select locations. But it's no longer just quick stop campsites Love's is banking on. A new Love's sitting on 52 acres is just about to open in Canyon City, Colorado, with Love's newer modern travel plaza design. Along with it is a full 100-site campground, with Love's saying they are really looking to provide a place for people to camp for a couple of weeks even at a time to enjoy the Royal Gorge area. Facility will have full RV park amenities, including laundry, a dog park, pickleball and basketball courts, and Wi-Fi. The park's also powered by a large solar array. Now, with all these new luxury resorts, your everyday KOA is starting to look downright reasonably priced and middle of the road. KOA is North America's largest campground chain, and in a recent press release, they've released some new insights on how camping continues to be on the rise, even as RV sales are down. KOA's revenue has improved by 2% year over year, marginally, but still up. The big news, though, is that advanced deposits for future reservations are up 9.5% over the same period last year. Is that due to more camping, though, or does it just reflect the ever-growing rise in RV park prices? KOA is by and large a franchise organization, with most parks operated by independent owners. Year-to-date, 7 campgrounds have converted to KOA locations, along with 2 ground-up new construction locations. And one of the biggest winners of the RV and camping pandemic boom has been peer-to-peer RV rental company Outdoorsy, who now have booked over 1 million stays since their founding in 2015. But they do so much more now than RV rentals, and they're about to spend $30 million to invest heavily into glamping. If you're unfamiliar, glamping usually refers to staying in high-end tents with all sorts of amenities. Outdoorsy's Oasis Fund is dedicated exclusively to providing funding for the purchase of safari glamping tents to eligible entrepreneurs. Quote, "The high demand and high profit margins of this industry aren't fading anytime soon," said CEO Jeff Cavins. The safari-style glamping tents Outdoorsy is offering come from a leading handcrafted tent manufacturer and bring guests all the modern furnishings, air conditioning, and heating, and include a king bed, kitchenette, luxury bathroom. The global glamping category is expected to be worth $6 billion by 2030. On the public campground front, several popular Mississippi state parks will soon be closed for short-term but major renovations, following 2 that were upgraded last year. Every park in the system will be seeing some sort of upgrades funded by the Mississippi Legislature and American Rescue Plan Act funds. But the focus is on the 6 most used parks that will each be getting multi-million-dollar facelifts. Campers can expect new pavement on the roads and pads, with larger pads with patios and grills, more 50-amp sites too, along with better water systems and in-park Wi-Fi. Some parks will also get more trails and amenities like boat rentals and pickleball courts. Side note, I had never heard of pickleball until 4 years ago, and now it seems to be everywhere. I think I've said it 3 times in this episode. Mississippi says its state parks had become outdated and in need of repair due to inadequate funding. Even among a boom in RVing, users began to decline. Mississippi realized that people were camping in other surrounding states more. Louisiana, for instance, has some excellent state parks. Mississippi isn't the only one making upgrades, though, and there's even a new rare state park coming to the state of West Virginia. Governor Justice just announced the state's 36th state park, the 177-acre Summersville Lake on the northern shore of the state's largest lake in Nicholas County. It's the state's first new park added in more than 30 years. The lake has been a destination for decades, known for its clear blue waters and unique rock formations. More than 1 million visitors enjoy water sports there each year. But this isn't your typical state park. West Virginia says the new park will supplement water activities through a public-private partnership that will, quote, make it the greatest outdoor adventure park in the country. Planned amenities include climbing and bouldering, hiking and biking trails, water activities, and aerial sport, whatever that happens to mean, along with camping, cabins, and more. West Virginia is also overhauling many of its other state parks with $150 million in improvements. Last year's state park revenue broke records for the fourth year in a row. A quick reminder here about the RV Miles podcast. If you haven't been listening, go check us out on any podcast app or over on the RV Miles podcast channel. This week, we're talking about crossing the border into Canada. We've actually just crossed from Alaska back into Canada, making our way back to the States. And we want to remind you about our homecoming event coming up October 4th through 8th. We hope to see you there in Amana, Iowa. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of community to celebrate the end of the traditional camping season. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time.